Hey, how's it going, y'all? Welcome back to the Gil Podcast. This podcast is about me, Gil, and the things that I'm currently obsessed with. On today's podcast episode, I want to talk about my 12th year wedding anniversary. And that was May 1st. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about how it felt taking a few days off of client work, work, my full-time job, taking off work, taking off time away from friends and everything else just to spend time with my wife. I want to talk about that, what I learned, like TLDR, I guess, too long didn't read or listen to. I learned about peace. I actually got to receive for the first time and maybe for a very long time, peace. I got to feel real peace and tranquility. And I want to talk about that and what that really means for me. Also want to talk about just a bunch of other things, dealing with clients, dealing with people, dealing with all the things. All right, let's get started. Okay, so May 1st is me and my wife's 12th year wedding anniversary. We aren't really big spenders. I know a lot of people were trying to tell me, oh, you should do this with your wife. You should go here. Well, 12 years, you guys got to go fly here. And it was very reminiscent of every time that I bring up a situation or anything that me and my wife got going on, I'll have, a guy friend say, hey, man, you got to do this right here. Trust me, dog. All the ladies, they love this right here. Hey, just do this right here with your girl. They're going to love that. Then I have my homegirls.
If you basically just take her here, definitely, I swear to God, Gil, she's going to love you forever. Trust me. I'm a girl. I know girl things.
And basically, I know my wife. And the issue is people don't. They think they do. They think they have a general idea of what she likes and what she doesn't like. Even though my wife doesn't have any social media presence. The only things that people know about my wife is through me. So a lot of my friends will just assume, take her here, do this with her. She's going to love it. And ultimately, all my wife really wanted to do was just spend time with me. That's it. So we made plans to go to Key West and check out a couple of spots that we went to when we were dating. We checked out the Ecamm Museum in Fort Lauderdale, Boca, Florida. Went to a couple of parks, went to the beach. It was beautiful. Before that, I got my wife's ring. What do you call that? Refurbished. The first ring that I got my wife when I proposed to her, it was this 14 karat gold amethyst stone. It was an amethyst stone. Purple's her favorite color. People would tell me, oh, she likes amethyst, but that's not her birthstone. I'm like, what? Yes, your wife is a Sagittarius. So basically her birthstone is, I think my wife's birthstone is supposed to be sapphire. I'm like, okay, yes, just get her sapphire stone. That's it's meant for her. And it's the thing of shoulds. People telling me what I should be doing. Meanwhile, they're not in a healthy, beautiful, passionate, romantic relationship. Anyways, I digress. Yeah, a lot of people telling me what I should have got my wife when I was dating her. Like, you should get this. I had a lot of homegirls at the time. Oh, no. Don't get a purple. Come on. Don't be silly. That's an amethyst. Like, yeah, but purple's her favorite color. You want to give her a diamond. You want to give her a diamond, gal. No, you want me to give you a diamond. You don't know my girlfriend. And it was just one of those things that I just learned in my relationship. Not every woman is your girl or your wife. Everybody wants different things. And I'm just so happy and blessed that my wife wants nothing that a lot of the women that I know want. Thank God. Because it's crazy out here. Yeah. But the thing that I learned mostly, and I don't want to bash women or people. I love everybody. But one thing that I learned is just peace. Like, me and my wife was just driving, and here's where it gets a little annoying right here. My AC went out while we were, heading to the Keys, and driving back home, AC just took a dump. It was kind of like on and off for a while due to this dealership that I went to do my oil change, maybe like last year. They were at fault, but the way that it happened, I don't know if it could have been their fault, but there's nothing else that happened. I did an oil change. I leave, I come back, I take my car and I drive home, and the AC is barely working. They were the last person to touch the vehicle, so therefore they have to be at fault because the AC was working fine. So they told me an estimated price of like $2,600 after like fighting for my rights and, fighting with the manager. Last year, they told me they could do it for like $1,900. I'm like, cool, $1,900 for an evaporator. That's what the issue is. My evaporator went bad. It's a horrible design that Toyota Tacomas have. The evaporators in the dashboard of the vehicle. You're like, Gil, we want to talk about content, not car evaporators. Trust me, we're going to get there. So that happened. That was like November of last year, but I've been slowly putting Freon into my truck to like kind of keep it cool. I got tired of that. And then the AC, it just stopped accepting Freon like a week ago, but it was still running cool, but not as cool. Yeah. So now I had to get it fixed. So after, I can give you the exact date. I think it was like May 6th or 7th. I dropped the truck off. One of those days. I think it was like a Tuesday. So May 7th, I dropped the truck off to the dealership. They told me that it's going to take maybe like the afternoon. But by the time that I dropped it, I think it was around like maybe 4 or 5 o'clock. Yeah, we're gonna work on it. We're gonna start it. We're gonna finish it up tomorrow. You just pick up the truck maybe around Wednesday, tomorrow, the next day. I was like, cool. I'll pick it up tomorrow. No biggie. They're just doing the evaporator. I looked up, the whole system and process of it. Shouldn't take more than like 3 hours, maybe. Right? I get a call Wednesday because I couldn't reach him Wednesday morning. So I get a call Wednesday, like maybe like midday, like 1, 2 o'clock. Hey, I'm like, hey, what's up? So we shattered your windshield. Like, you shattered my windshield? Yeah, we shattered your windshield. Do I have to pay for it? They're like, no, it's our fault. Don't worry about it. It's just nuts because I went for an oil change. They messed up my AC for some reason. It just had a leak in the pipes. And now I'm paying $1,900. Now I'm about to pay $1,900 for it. Then it shattered my AC. Shattered my windshield. It just was one of those things where I could tell a client, hey, I got some stuff going on. I was supposed to do XYZ for your photo or video or your project. Trust me, I was working on it. But man, oh man, this thing came up. And around this time, I told a client this. They were like, man, you always have stuff going on. And it's like, oh man, that's crazy. No empathy there. But I can't help that life happens to me because life happens to everybody. And it was one of those things where I know I probably like rushed over it, but the weekend that I had with my wife, which was like 5 days, it was the perfect day, the best 5 days of my life. And we didn't go anywhere. We just drove around town. We didn't leave Florida. We just stayed here and went to the spots that we normally go to, the park, the beaches. And we just were in each other's company. We listened to our favorite podcasts, 12,000 Hertz with Dallas Taylor, Lord with Aaron Mackey. We just listened to a bunch of YouTube videos. It was just beautiful just to like be in each other's company. I love hanging out with my wife. I love just being around her. She loves being around me. And it was great. I got to learn peace. I wasn't rushing. I wasn't, all right, we got to get to the beach because the beach sun is going to be setting at 7:10, and 7:10. After that, we make a good time at the beach. We could hang out, and then I got to go home and edit. No, we took our time to get to the beach. We took the long route, and then we got there, took another spot. I showed her some routes that I used to take when I was in my bike club, some like secret underpassageways to the beach. It was amazing. It was great. I didn't feel the pressure of like, I should be doing something else right now. it was 5 days of complete bliss. And I want that for the rest of my life now. And for me, for a long time, I just felt like I always have to work, 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 work. Like at work, I'm working. And after work, I'm working. When I wake up, I'm working. There's like I think for like maybe the beginning of this year, the feeling is gone now. But the beginning of this year, I would go to bed and say to myself, if I don't wake up tomorrow morning, I think I'll be okay. That was for like maybe a good month, me doing quote unquote client work. And I got to find a better word for the word client because it's not a negative. It's not like a negative word. It's very positive. Hey, you have clients. That's fantastic. You must be really busy. That's great. Clients means income. That's fantastic. But for me, for just a short while, I think for like the month of like February, March-ish, I was like, man, if I don't wake up tomorrow, that'll be okay. I'll be okay. You know, I was like, damn, I woke up. Okay, cool. It's just the text, the hey, did you do this? Hey, send this, send that. I'm not a throw a phone against the wall kind of guy because I actually love technology. I don't want to damage technology. Technology didn't do anything to me. I'm not a punch a hole in the wall guy either. I never understood that because you live here. It's your mom's house, boy. What the hell are you doing? I used to work somewhere and there's this guy who was upset at something at work and he punched a hole in the wall. I just was like, I don't know if I could ever be that angry to like, but what did the wall do? What did the wall do? But, back to my point, I've never been like angry to throw something or destroy something, but I've been really stressed out. And for like the month of like February, March, with a smile on my face, not complaining, super dope, super blessed. But I just felt like I was aging every single day. Like my wedding anniversary, my 12th year married, 15 years with my wife. We've been married for 15 years. Oh, we've been together for 15 years, but married for 12. I just felt peace. And I envy that. I'm so jealous of that Gil, that for that moment. Like, oh my gosh, he got to just do nothing but have everything. Like, hear my wife laugh and smile. Like, of course, we hang out all of the time. But like during the week, even though we work at the same place together. But during the week, I'm like banging work away, and I get off work, and then I'm upstairs editing. Might go downstairs to help her with some stuff, and I'm on the computer, and it just kind of feels like no matter what I do, I'm just not progressing, and it's because I really want to help people. Ultimately, I feel like that's really what it like kind of like stems from. Like, I really want to help people. And I think a couple of years ago, I would have been okay with that. I would have been like banging stuff out. But as the years progress, I get a firmware update. And the firmware update is aging. I'm getting older. I can't keep up with the stuff that young Gil used to do. Not only that, I have a lot of unhealthy habits currently. I'm going to bed super late, saying yes to things, saying yes to some obligations that I don't really necessarily feel like I can do. Like the other day, a friend of mine was asking me to go out, and I was like, yes, let's go, let's go. I'm so happy I'm off that day. And then the end of the night at work, I ended up like, not getting hurt, but I kind of like stressed my body out in a way where, ooh, I'm tired. Ooh, I'm just tired. Like I just wore myself out trying to complete a task at work. And this friend needed me to hang out. Like I wouldn't say they needed me. They wanted to hang out, spend time, and tell me what's going on in their life. They're going through some stuff right now. And then my body was like, I want to go out, but my body was telling me no. Like, come on, bro. You need to sleep. You need to like be selfish in this moment because I'm very selfless. Like I like helping people. And in my mind's eye, if you want to have more weekends like that day with your wife, you have to say freaking no, dude. You have to say no to things that don't push the needle forward. How is this going to help you like the next day? Because the next day I agreed to help a elderly friend of mine. One of my friend's mom actually moved some furniture. So it's like, all right, so you're gonna go out, have fun, drink with this friend and catch up and chill and be up all not all night. But then you have to like do some physical labor the next day after you kind of killed yourself the day before. Come on. You're not 22 anymore. So you gotta kind of have to like, set some boundaries there. And I'm not sure, but I think my friend was upset, like, or sad, like, or like, oh man, I thought we was gonna hang. I'm like, nah, can't. And it's the same thing with client work. I feel like with client work, you gotta say no. You gotta say yes to yourself. Get some sleep, recharge, train. Like even for like the content space. Like if I get a new piece of equipment, I really need to take maybe a week off, like away from like everything. But it's so hard because the thing is, a new piece of equipment means I need to figure out how to set this up for my workflow. How is this going to blend in with my current settings? Okay, what are the pros and cons? I have to consume so much videos. I have to like write down some stuff. I have to take pictures. When I got when I got this video switcher, the A10 Mini Extreme ISO, it's an 8 HDMI input switcher, 2 USB ports, 2 HDMI out, I think it was one, yeah, 2 HDMI out. And it just was like, okay, my desk is not the best right now. I need to figure out how am I going to make everything work. Okay. And I was getting clients in, and I could have said no, but I feel like I'm a people pleaser. I have to make people feel good and have to help people out, especially if I know that I can help them. It's more like wouldn't really call it, I don't know what to call it. People need help and I want to help them. It's not because I'm the only one that can. It's just that they don't have anybody else that can do the thing that they need me to do. And sometimes it's just really nice to help somebody. But more recently now, I just feel like I have to protect my peace. When we were like just spending those 5 days together, majority of the time we're just sitting on the couch, reminiscing, smiling, having fun. I'm not on a clock. It just kind of feels like when I get off work, I work full time, I punch in, I'm on a clock. When I get off work, sometimes I'm on a clock. When me and my wife posted, because if you go on my Instagram, every year I post our anniversary date. So we've been together for 15 years and we have been married for 12. Every year, May 1st, I post a photo. So I think you can go back. I wouldn't say 15 years because Instagram that wasn't made. I think when I started doing it, it probably was whenever Instagram was around. So I would say maybe the first year would be 2013 was when I first posted it. So yeah. So every year since then, I have posted our anniversary photo. And at that very moment when I posted it, people were hitting me up, asking me, hey, can you do this thing for me? Even though I had texted some of the clients that, hey, I'll be on vacation. Please do not contact. They were asking, hey, can you help set this thing up? Hey, what's going on? I'd like to do a consultation. Hey, where's my photos? Where's my videos? I just felt annoyed. And again, I'm not about destroying technology. I just put my phone on do not disturb and put it like in the back seat of the car, paid 100% attention to my wife, who basically is my peace. I'm her peace. We have a great time together. And it was just really good to just do nothing, but do everything together. It was great. I highly, highly recommend just recalibrating and finding out what's truly important. What I really wanted to do the mostly was just come back home and actually like not film, but record a podcast episode. And I didn't get a chance to. I've been trying to catch up on work since got back from vacation, trying to catch up on work. Still haven't really caught up. And it's like, I want to do it. But again, I just kind of feel like as I get older, it's getting really hard to do anything. And I don't want to do anything that stresses me out because stress really ages you. I feel like the older I get, the more like opposed I am to stress. Like I just don't want to deal with it. It's not of like just afraid to be challenged because hey, just look at my resume. I've done a lot. I do a lot still, but I don't know what it is. It was maybe like 4 years ago. I was hustling and bustling, doing everything, anything and everything. I had a photography podcasting studio space with a business partner. We were doing really good together. And this is like during COVID, and everything was great. Everything was fantastic. Around that time, I'm not even sure what happened. I caught a norovirus. I thought I had COVID. I was in bed, just sick. I think I had like a client's wedding that I was supposed to like edit. Yeah, that was around that time. I had a bunch of other things. I had some graduation photos. I just sent everything to Fiverr. And because the thing is, I had this responsibility to help these people, these clients, these organizations that I was working with at the time. And I'm in bed. I don't get sick. I don't. I'm Gil. I'm invincible. Or so I thought. I don't get sick. I can't be sick. I don't have sick hours, for these clients. There's no sick hours for these clients. I can't be indisposed. I have to get up. And I tried. And my wife has photos of how much water that was like separated from, I was just sweating. And I had lost a lot of weight. We went to the doctor. It was an arduous task simply because we went to the hospital, and if you are just in general, it's not even like, I don't know. I guess it could be a race thing, but doctors don't want to help here. The ones that I've experienced, my primary doctor, the one that I go to, all the time for like non-emergencies, like that's open like during the day, regular hours. They're great. She's great. She's fantastic. But if you go to like a random emergency room, you just say, "Hey, I feel like crap." They just assume you want drugs. That's been my experience. I'm not saying that that's for everybody else. I'm not saying that they're racist. That's just been my experience. They're thinking that I'm having some crack reaction. It is what it is. But this is just my story. And I had no idea what was going on with me. I have no history of like being on or like dying, about to die. I just wanted to just collapse. I was so drained and tired, weak. My muscles were not muscling. My voice wasn't voicing. I was not fun to be around. Long story short, they did some blood work. They thought I was COVID. They thought it was COVID. They did the COVID test. I don't have COVID. Okay, well, we did another test. It's not COVID. Did another test. Not COVID. They ran some blood. Whoa, where did you go in the last couple of days? What did you eat? Da da da. I was like, what is it? You have the norovirus, like an old virus that's like, old. And they were just kind of like, all right, just take this, take that, and you'll be fine. Ever since I got over this norovirus, I haven't really been the same. It's just like one of those things that always felt like my body was just like, you're young and super strong and powerful, but dumb as heck. You're wasting your time and potential and strength on things that they do matter. because there are thoughts and ideas that the universe has given people. And the universe, I feel like, has blessed me with the ability and the power to help people achieve their dreams. I wholeheartedly believe that. But what I do not stand for or like is when I'm literally becoming just, I'm literally dying to help someone achieve their dreams. And like sometimes I just have to vocalize it or just say no and not feel bad, or and just ignore clients when they're like having fits and like, no, but you have to help me because, this is my dream and I see you in it. And it's like, yeah, but my dream is to actually have a dream and sleep and not be up all night working on your project because I have a life too and I have a dream. And I don't want to sound like I'm complaining because I know that I'm super privileged to be living in America, to have the potentiality to even be having a podcast, to have a home, to own a home, to have a business, to have friends, to have an amazing wife, to have a beautiful dog, Lola. I know I'm privileged. It's all hell. But man, does that come with a cost to some degree where I feel like, I guess it's like guilt where I have to like help people because I'm so blessed. I'm so privileged that I have to like give myself when a friend hits me up and tells me that they want to spend time with me. I have to because this is my giving back to the world. No, I don't really have to. And it's not me being selfish, but like, just like I said, I don't know if I said it earlier, but I helped my friend out, move some furniture, and it was great because her mom needs that furniture moved. So it wasn't like a selfish endeavor. It wasn't anything where I'm just hanging out just to hang. I'm like, hey, I'm doing something cool, hanging out, but also like doing something positive, putting something positive into the universe. Hey, I have a truck. My friend needs my truck. Not only my friend, but her mom needs me to help her move the furniture, do what I needed to do, hang out with my friend a little bit. She took me out as a treat. Hey, just thank you so much. Here you go. Here's some food. Chilled for like a couple minutes. I left and it was great. And it's like, oh wow, and then the mom called, her mom called and said, thank you so much for actually helping with this. Do you have no idea? This was great. And I was like, oh, this is good. Putting positive energy out there in the universe. I don't know what it is. I really love the challenge. I love learning. I love communicating with people, but I just found out what I want to do now. And this just happened a couple of months, actually a couple of weeks ago now. This person, the thing is, I also want to stop using the word client. I want to find a different word for it. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to help me with that. This person wants me to consult with them and help them build out a studio space. And I'm not going to be it's not going to be like a client thing. It's more so just going to be, hey, you're smart. I want to use your brain. Can I use your brain? Sure. It's going to be for my consultation rate. It's $200 an hour. It's on my website. It's been there for years. And this person is going to be using my brain to help them create a space for them. That's it. And I think that's all I want to do. And it's not because I'm lazy and I want to edit. It's just the editing that I've done for people. I just don't have the time. I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have like the hard drive space. I've had the horrible, frightening thing of losing 4 terabytes of data in client projects, and then them telling me, how does that happen? I was like, it just happens. Life happens. Things happen. Windows shatter. Car evaporators stop working. It was another thing about the cars that I forgot to mention. In between my window, my windshield being shattered and my truck in the shop, me and my wife, we have her car. It stopped working. The battery just went out, and it was just one of those things where it was like, well, if I were to tell a client this, hey, I can't come pick you up, or I can't come to the shoot, I don't have a vehicle, something just happened. Oh man, something is always happening with you. It is just one of those things where it's just like, it's better that I just stay away and make it easy for me to be less stressed. Yeah, but I'm okay. Like I'm really okay. I love having these podcast venting moments. I have a lot of friends who hit me up and check in on me. Actually check in. I actually got like maybe two people, but I have like maybe like two people that I talk to every single day. Everybody else, it's like even with clients, like it's just like I think most people just see me as like a NPC, like a non-player character, non-playable character. Like I just have like lines. I just have things that I do. I'm just a tool. And I'm the one who pioneers the idea of if you can't be used, you're useless. I'm totally fine with that term. I still agree with it. But there's a thing when people treat you like you don't have a life that I don't like. I really don't like it. And I think when I posted my wife's photo for anniversary, people kind of just now were realizing, oh my God, he's a human. He's alive? Oh, I just thought he was just like a website. I just tell him to do stuff and he just does it because I'm telling him to do it. And he's just saying yes all the time. So I'm treating him like a doormat. And when I tell people, hey, I physically can't because I have a vacation that day or I'm at work or I have other plans, they're like, but you're supposed to do the thing for me. And I've been really good on just holding my ground and saying no. But anyways, y'all, I don't want to bore y'all any further. Thank you so much for listening. I promise I'm okay now. Really, I'm okay. Okay. Oh, I love that song. If you know it, you're a cool person. One cool segment I want to add to this podcast is the shout out section. I want to shout out my Patreon subscribers. Hassan has been a Patreon. Well, he's been a really good supporter of me for a while now. A good friend from down under. Hassan is great. He's a great YouTuber. I'm going to put his YouTube channel in the description below. I think he's the first Patreon subscriber. No. He's beat by my wife. I think my wife is my first Patreon subscriber. Okay, I guess outside of my wife, Hassan is the first. So Hassan is the first. My wife, shout out to my wife. She's fantastic. She supports me on the thing that I'm doing as long as I'm not hurting myself. And lastly, I want to shout out to L. L, welcome to the Patreon squad. L also has a podcast. Check that out. The Agreeable Gray Area, everywhere you listen to podcasts. That sounded like an NPR ad. But yeah, Elle is fan-diddly-tastic, cool people. She's also a part of the Melanated Council on YouTube. They go live every other Tuesday. So this Tuesday, right here for the month of May. So this Tuesday, the Tuesday the 13th, Tuesday the 14th, they ain't go live, but next Tuesday, the 21st, they'll be live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be sure to buckle up. Go to YouTube. Link is going to be in the description down below. And you basically going to diddly-dabbly do what you got to do. Yeah, so right now, that's all I have. I do have an announcement. It is on my Patreon right now. So those special folks down below, or the ones that I just shouted out, there is a really dope project that I'm doing in regards to like podcasting, and I feel like they're going to enjoy it. So it's basically going to be helping you prepare a podcast episode. Just stay organized while you're podcasting so you know what you're talking about and whatnot. And I wanted to share that system and process of how I conduct a podcast episode. And I created something, and that something is previewing in my Patreon. So if you want to check it out, join the Patreon. If you're there already, go check it out. All right, y'all. Love y'all so much. I'm okay, y'all. Trust me. I'm just doing the thing. I got to get some sleep to get ready for a podcast episode day. I got some clients coming in from all over. I got somebody flew in, y'all, to do a podcast. So it's going to be really fun. Hope y'all have a great day. See you or hear from you later. Bye.